Going now?
Yep.
Got it. Okay. So Jacked is an interactive companion for television that dynamically publishes content that's related to what's going on in the broadcast in parallel with the broadcast, so the consumer doesn't have to go and look for things related to what they're watching. So what we're doing is we're using search technology tied into keywords and context of the live broadcast to go out and search for content that's related to what's going on. And we publish it out to the second screen, which is a browser-based interface. So the consumer doesn't have to buy any custom hardware, they don't have to download any software to make it work. It works on PCs and it works on Macs. And that content is generated in real time. So we don't have a production team of content developers. We don't have databases filled with content related to that particular broadcast. It's pulling from the web, it's pulling from XML feeds and different sources related to what's going on in the broadcast. And that can be anything from media, so audio, video, images, it could be stats, it could be news, it could be commerce products, so we pull things from Amazon as an example, along with what's going on in the broadcast. So we've launched the company last September. We've supported all the Major League Football, baseball, basketball, NHL games, as well as NCAA football and basketball games since the beginning of the season. We've done that independent of all of those leagues and the teams and the broadcasters. So we do this independently, thus the name Jacked. So what does that look like to the consumer in terms of the experience? If you go to jacked.com today, what you'll see is a menu. It's tickets, basically. So all the games, NBA games that are going on at that moment in time, games that are going on later. If I click on NCAA basketball, I'll switch out all the tickets for all the games that are being played at that moment in time. So again, this is a product that's meant to be a companion to the live broadcast. So while you're watching television, you're on your computer and it's pulling up content related to what you're watching. So if you click on a Lakers ticket, this is what you'd see. So our interface is based upon a series of widgets. Those widgets are completely empty until they synchronize with the broadcast. And then they will start using the search technology that we developed, finding content that's related to what's going on. So all of these widgets can be moved around on the screen, minimized, maximized. The user can save their configuration. You can come over here to add content and click on, say, the Amazon widget. It'll automatically appear on the screen, and what it does is it syncs up with that particular game. So in this case, the Kings versus the Lakers, and then it automatically starts searching Amazon for products related to those two particular teams. The other thing is about, like, for example, the player profile widget. It's updating based upon key events that are going on in the game. So the users don't have to disengage and go search for content related to what they're watching. So that's a high level of what the experience looks like. And you know, how does that work? So what Jacked does as a platform is effectively doing what a consumer does, is that it's looking, watching, reading information about a broadcast. So before the show starts, we collect a bunch of information that's freely available on the web or from other sources like TMS, which is part of Tribune. We'll also collect information about the broadcast during the broadcast, so the play-by-play. And then we're doing things like using closed caption extraction to pull out information about the broadcast, OCR to look at images. We started playing with speech to text, which actually works, believe it or not, as well as music recognition. So instead of waiting for the end credits when a piece of music gets played, it automatically pulls up a link while it's being played. Then we use a series of different engines, a semantic statistical analysis to extract keywords and context in terms of what's going on in that particular broadcast to create metadata for our platform. And then what we'll do is, again, search for content. In this case, we're searching for photos related to this particular player's name, Johan Franzen. So we have licenses with AP, with Getty. We use Yahoo Flickr API to find photos related to what's going on. And those will then dynamically be published into a widget on the screen. So one thing that's important is we do not have relationships with the TV networks, cable operators, TV stations, satellite operators to make this work. This works independent of all of those folks. We don't have to connect into a set-top box, and as I said, the consumer doesn't have to buy anything special to make this work. As far as the business model is concerned, we've integrated in an ad-serving platform in the back end We can serve standard IV ad units, banners, buttons, and things like that. But we've also created some proprietary classes. For example, the widget takeover will look at each individual consumer's or user's interface, which widgets they have on the screen, subjectively choose which one to place an ad on, and then based upon the dimensions of that, find the nearest standard size IV ad unit and dynamically place it on that. Those ads can be generated based upon time, so every 15 minutes for 3 seconds, by context. Every time somebody hits a home run, an ad can come up. It can be geo-targeted. It can also be tied to the ads or commercials that run on the broadcast themselves. So we can determine what ad's running and then have a complementary ad run on the screen. Or if we wanted to, we could actually run a counter ad. So we could have a Cadillac ad running on the broadcast, but we could have a competitive ad from Mercedes running on the same time. So far, what we've been able to do is we've taken this experience as a rich internet application through an iframe and put it on partner sites, and they've been able to connect it into their broadcast. So the first partner, we did a deal with the CBS television station group. We launched on KCAL. We have a multi-year deal for all the Lakers and Dodgers games. They do on-air call-outs and overlays during the broadcast, send people to their site, and we've been able to package up our web product with the broadcast and sell it at broadcast rates. So that basically looks like
Well, Carl Jr.'s Lakers Live Sports Stop. Answers the internet experience with KCAL.com, KCAL9.com.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
Let's go around.